Hello and welcome back to the show court for the final round of the Under-23's Premier League. I'm Brittany Carter. We've got a little sneak peek of what's to come over the next few weeks in the finals coming up for you on Bar TV. The GWS Fury locked up the minor premiership last week with their 6-goal win over the UTS Sparks, and the Manly Warringah Sapphires also have a strong hold on third place, which means tonight's result won't change the ladder no matter what happens. But what a treat for you all watching at home, and a real rare chance for these two teams to test themselves against their contenders heading into the knockout stages. Joining us again with her expert knowledge is former English Rose and New South Wales Swifts defensive coach Sonia McCloma. Sonia, we saw a really great game between the opens of these two clubs, so we're hoping this one will be tight too.
Yeah, just look at the players. Like you said, they're all going into finals in the next couple of weeks. So I think it's going to be a tough game. And you've got a lot to prove because you might meet each other again sooner than you might think.
All right, Courtney Castle with the ball in hand. Our umpires here are Liana Walsh and Zoe Turner. Round 14 underway. Lagaya keeping the ball in play. And Woods, strong hold at the back, finding backspace.
Yeah, and that was a good pass by Lagaya as well into her.
She was their most accurate last week, 94%, 48 out of 51 goals. That's a lot.
That is definitely a high volume.
Little to Stansfield in the pocket. Now Biddulph swings. Oh.
I think the shooter was goal attack was waiting for that contact call as well, but was able to finish the shot unfazed.
So Stansfield with the first shot for the Sapphires, their most accurate last week too, 31 from 34 at 91%.
Yeah, and just watching how she's progressed through the season, she's very stable and very, very controlled and composed under the post, so we'll expect to see big things from her moving forward.
Woods out of play, the goal does not count, and a throw in from the back line for the Sapphires here. Donahue, strong and hard into the air. Now Melville, the skipper, who's just played for a little bit in the Opens game, backing up for the Under-23s, feeding in, both shooters presenting, but it's Stansfield who gets the jobs done.
Again, unfazed under the post, so her and Biddulph just need to find their space a little bit, but I'm sure that's going to come as the game progresses.
Up into the air, bit of a Hail Mary pass, and it ends up with Wetstein. So Fury jumping on the loose ball. Castle to Lagaya. Coming cross court on the transverse line. Now Woods outside the circle and on that baseline.
Yeah, and that was a smart ball in from Woods to Shooter and Eliza Perkins. So nice to see a little creativity from the attackers.
Trademark loopy shot.
Especially at this young age anyway. Again, Lagaya into that pocket.
Woods a strong option at the back.
And that was a confident pass in from Courtney Castle off the one hand.
Sapphire centre. Little with ball in hand. Oh, and over the top of Stanfield head. So that's a bit of a coach killer off the centre pass.
Yeah, just a rush pass, I think, from Little. And, you know, it's unlike her. You've seen her play up in the Opens a couple of weeks, and she's done a better job. So you'd expect her to bring that, what she's learned from up there, down into the 23s.
Perkins to Woods, who just dabbles with the ball before it heads over the back line.
Yeah, so both teams just seem to be settling right now. I think just little misunderstandings on their passes and their placements of the ball.
Melville to Little, now inside Donahue and Lagaya. That's a great contest shaping up already.
Yeah, it is.
Sapphires free pass here. Biddulph finds Stansfield.
So very patient from the Manly Sapphires, progressing to the circle, just waiting to get to the top. So great defensive pressure from the Fury. Again, Stansfield in the same spot. Favourite spot right there, I think.
We're seeing Biddulph in that shooting bib acting more as a goal attack at the moment, and Stansfield is the target at the back.
Yeah, and I think actually as Biddulph moves, she just opens up space for Stansfield. So it's good to see, and hopefully we see them share the load as the game progresses.
Lagaya just jumping on a pretty bad pass there, but Sapphire's turnover ball. Fiddler collecting here. Donahue in the mid-court. Just stuck, trying to progress up the court.
Well, she thought about it and then saw the goalkeeper come out hunting. So that was well held by Melville.
Brophy swings on the transverse line. Stansfield looking in, puts the ball up and Bidoff strong with a front space. Pulls the trigger. In front by 1, Manly, 4-3.
Doesn't like what she sees forwards a little, happy to go back. And that was a great ball in by
Stansfield. Oh, sorry, yes. A lot of persistence from the Sapphires then because all their options were locking up.
Yeah, and Brophy wasn't afraid to be patient. They worked it onto the top of the circle and then it opened up eventually under the post.
Perkins straight to Woods in the air.
There's a contact called on Fiddler.
So the third place Manly, Warringah Sapphires up over the minor premiers by 1 goal at the moment.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a high energy game. So I think both, like we said before, both teams have a lot to prove in the fact that they are going into finals. So, you know, you might meet again, so you want to get the one up in this game for sure. And that was a great offload from Stanfield into Bidoff.
Bidoff mid-range, misses, and Fury straight on that loose ball.
Yeah, and Bidoff was unbalanced there, and Stanfield was presenting, so maybe she should have just passed that off.
The guy using Castle on the transverse line, and Woods again, split stance straight in the air.
And that was a very confident pass by Lagayin. So all scores 5 apiece.
Oh, a step there, that was obvious. So what can Fiddler do at the back to stop Lauren Woods? Because she's so strong with her body, she can take the ball from behind or in front.
I think Fiddler's quite close to that interception. She just needs to keep contesting. And I think once you're in it, it's not sustainable. So as long as you're getting up each time, she's going to win a few. But she just needs to make sure she's contesting every time.
Little on the edge. Pass is not good. Sapphires hang on to possession and keep it in play.
And that was smart play by Stanfield to come out the circle, to offer up the middle, to open up space for a bit of under the post. So missed shot there, so they're back on the defence.
Nickel with another turnover for the Fury. Lagaya playing on. Oh, should have taken a chance to reset there.
Yeah, it's just trying to get on with it, and I think their Fury front end right now is playing 100 miles per hour, and they just need to slow down and control it.
So both defenders trying to back up on Stansfield, but they lost her. She popped out the side.
Yeah, contact call. Weston definitely fell in on her.
Some supporters hanging around from the Opens match. Stansfield to the edge where Little is riding. Now Bidoff to Stansfield. Coming back is Little.
Yeah, so Stansfield's just a playmaker in that front end, so she creates space in the circles, gives Bidoff, comes out the circle when she needs to, and then resets herself back in. And there she is again under the post, popping through. So just the wrong option there from Brophy. Probably should have given it to Stanfield, popped open under the post.
Foot over the back line, sees Fury with a throw in.
Oh.
Woods. Now Perkins, a fair way out, decides to offload. And they're lucky there, the Fury, they get a penalty shot. 6 apiece.
Yeah, with Fury's centre pass, so they're going to hope to go up on this centre pass.
Perkins to Castle in the air, 1 in the pocket, bouncing low. Just on that baseline is Woods, and the shot is good.
Yeah,
there's Kath Tetley yelling out some directions to her troops. Front space has Bidoff. Oh, roll off the body, but they go to Stansfield.
Doesn't like what she sees. That was good hands pressure by Weston over the ball, just in the vision. So this is quick transition from the Fury team.
And right underneath is Woods, who set up a lot of the play herself there.
Yeah, she did, but it was good for the guy to actually see her and place that ball into her under that post.
Heading out to Perkins, over the head, and now into the hands of Woods.
And that was a good connect from Perkins into her shooter at the back there.
Fury up by 3. Brophy into the air. It's with Bidoff.
So 3 the difference here so far. So Sapphire's going to have to work just patiently, I think, to get this ball in and get a shot away. Smart play from Stansford to get closer to the post.
Down low and then up through the net. Back within 2. Perkins the option for the centre pass. Now she helps out Lagaya, looking in, instead comes to the top of the circle. Castle feeds in, returns the favour. Fairway out, puts the shot up, swish. Wasn't that a nice shot, Sonia?
Yeah, that was a big shot from Perkins, so it's good to see she's confident to take those mid to long range shots.
Yeah, that was a fair call. Castle, a little bump as Little tried to head through. Driving forwards to the ball, using the pocket now. Nice triangle, down low, Stansfield collects.
And that was a great offload from Bidoff to her other shooter, so that was smart play from her. And I think as they're trying to nip away at the score, it's important that they just go for the easy shots, and I think that's what they did there. Oh, contact call, but that was a good drive by Perkins. She's very confident, very strong in her movement out there, so it'll be good to watch her as this game progresses.
Dishing off to Woods on the right-hand side. Fury hold on to a 3-goal lead. It's interesting looking at this Manly Warringah Sapphires shooting circle. Pretty similar to what they have in the Opens. Strong target at the back, but also a moving circle and someone in goal attack that sets up a lot of play. Yeah,
definitely. I think they're still trying to settle into this movement and it's putting a bit of confusion in their feeders. So I think the timing, they're just not settled into it yet, and their timing will come as the game progresses.
Castle to Flood. Perkins. Oh, Lagaya through traffic. Wins the ball.
And gets some of it pretty quickly.
On the edge. Fury lucky to hang on to possession, and Perkins just on her tips of her toes puts her shot up, but it ends up with Melville at the back line. Turnover.
Yeah, she just rocked back. She went onto 1 foot, and that just completely overcooked that shot.
Beautiful passing here, but hands from Wetstein sees the ball over the back line.
So an opportunity here for the Sapphires to close this gap to 1. And that was great movement by Bidoff on that baseline.
A chance here to make it level too. Going back to back.
Oh, yep. And that was just a little hold by Wetstein on the front of Bidoff. So that was well spotted from the umpire. Still come around that baseline.
11 apiece, 2.5 to play till the first break, and Kath Tetley's just sent her bench players off to warm up. Speaking to her during the week, and she was saying that she's so lucky she's got a bunch of 12 players that can just come on and have an impact, and you know, the starting 7 and the bench players all have the same expectations set for them.
Yeah, and I think that is very good, especially, and it shows because they're sitting top of the circle. That was well read by Wetstein to come out the circle. Just couldn't get the offload off. Nice, just wasn't balanced enough on that, so they might be punished for that mistake. Yeah, the fact that she's got 12 players that can come in, that's why they're sitting on top of the table. Lost 1 game throughout the season, so they're going into the final series very comfortable. The team to beat, I think.
Oh, Wetstein okay, she's back up. They were the side that lost the grand final last year too, so plenty to play for.
Yeah, exactly.
Woods fakes, comes back to Flood on the transverse line. Now Lagaya just throws a pass hip high into Perkins, and it meets the hands of Fiddler.
Yeah.
Sapphires come up with a turnover.
Just a bit short on that feed.
Donahue over the top to Fiddler. Now Little looking for the second phase play, and Flood, right place, right time, picks up the ball.
Yeah, and that was actually caused by good defensive pressure from the goal attacking Perkins. So she's stuck on her play, confused the space, got the pass over, cooked, and her teammate picked it up. So it's always good when you see a goal attack doing good defensive work.
Melville did really well to read what Lagai was doing there. She wasn't thrown off by the fancy work with the ball. And Wood split stance, take an easy feed, puts a shot up.
And that's a confident shot from Woods. And she was holding under that post for very long. She's a strong girl and has a good hold, so it's good to see her using it.
Donahue to Little. Bit off, coming back to the centre.
So this is good defensive pressure. Yeah, good defensive pressure and great turnover from the Fury. They just deny the Sapphires from getting to the top of that circle to work it in, and Sapphires just moving that ball around. Fiddler just need to get off the back of Lauren Woods and get off her body, because she's actually holding her to find her space. Oh, that's an uncharacteristic miss.
That was a close contest for the
I
rebound.
know.
All players got their wits about them. 14-12 the difference too at the first break. And it really is hard to split these two teams after the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. The scores go back and forth, and I think the Sapphires did well to come back into this game and find themselves as it went on. But Fury are definitely going 100 miles per hour, so they're definitely going to be the team to beat as this game progresses.
We spoke about the bench that Kath Tetley has there if she needs to use them. Do you think she'd be pulling anyone out of there at this stage of the game?
I just think the girls are doing a good job. I just think they're playing a bit erratic right now. I just think they need to calm down, slow it up a little bit, use their fakes more, and just open up space for each other. So I think the pressure's on June Walsh and what she speaks and tells the girls to do moving forward.
Okay, well, we're going to take a little break here. We'll be back for the second quarter. The Fury lead by 2 goals at the first quarter break. of this round 14 clash. No changes for the GWS Fury as they head back out on court. And same goes for the Sapphires. So everyone as they were at the start of this match, with the first whistle. And Fury again with the first centre pass. Perkins at the back, an option for the centre. They swing quickly, the Fury, keen to make a statement here.
Yeah, that was good. That was good transition to the shooting circle off their centre pass. And that was a good hold by Woods. And like we said, Fiddler was just happy to sit on her. So I think with Woods putting her hand up for that long, we know she wants the ball there. So defensively, Fiddler's got to start thinking and moving, using her feet to create space.
Held ball. That was a quick 3 seconds, but nice defensive pressure. So Wetstein, oh no, it's inside the midcourt here. So Nicole to Woods, to Flood, I should say, and over the side.
Yeah, just overcooked that pass. So again, just need to settle a little bit.
Fiddler with a throw in, all the way at the back.
That is good hands pressure, over pressure from Nichols, and a great rejection from Perkins again as a goal attack. That's great work from her, and points to the umpire, the error there. They're out of court.
She's an early contender for player of the match, I have to say. She's setting up a lot of play.
And that was a great shooter pass into Woods.
The reliable thing about Woods too is that even if you're the goal attack and you're set up and you look like you're in a good position to take the shot, she's still offering.
Yes.
She's still an option if you absolutely need her.
And that was a great pick-up interception from Little, and good to see her getting that ball back for her team. So let's hope the Manly Sapphires can actually capitalise on this.
Donahue.
Just needs someone coming towards the ball. Got saved by the whistle, not obstruction call.
Driving through is Stansfield, now in the pocket, Sapphires with a front cut, bit off.
So they get another go at it.
Just inside. Up and over, shooter to shooter. Lovely shot through the net. Coming back. Melville to Little. Bouncing now. Stansfield tries to return the favour, but Wetstein spoiling the party at the back.
And that was a quick transition from the Fury down the court. Very quick ball movement, and just held up by Fiddler with the obstruction call. So we will see the offload from Perkins. Yes, we will.
Unorthodox pass. Whatever it takes, I guess.
But how quick did the Fury go down the court? So they're a team that definitely means business tonight.
Castle, long and hard to Woods, who sets up Perkins. And it's again, nice that they can play either role.
Yeah, that was a great hold from Perkins for protecting her space under the post.
Little driving into the space for a pass in the middle channel. Now she's in the pocket. Coming through at the back was Bidoff.
Yeah, she's just a bit of just got confused with the space and just ran to the wrong space. She probably should have cut the front there, but she ran behind and got stuck behind the two defenders. So between Weston and the other defender, what's her name, Nicole?
Witstein and Nicole, yes.
Witstein and Nicole. They've done a great job defensively and holding up this attack end and having a go at stuff and stopping that short and quick ball in.
The Sapphires battling their way to the post, take themselves back within 4.
There's the guy again, no one to pass to Courtney Castle.
Whistle goes the Fury's way in the midcourt. Castle looking in, comes off the hand of Woods, and so Sapphires, oh no, yep, it's gone the other way.
Yeah,
Umpire was closer to us.
Yeah,
so.
she was, and that was a better contest from Fiddler there, just getting up on that, and just their Fiddler did overcook the pass, but it's good to see her challenging these balls in. So the Fury will have another go at this. Perkins just setting the penalty. And that was a good fake pass and got
Melville.
Melville. I was going to say Marrickville.
They're both tongue twisted
yeah,
tonight.
I know. got Merville drawn right out that defensive circle.
Stansfield to Donahue, coming back. Now Little, bouncing to Bidoff.
And again, this is good pressure from the Fury defence and just forcing Sapphires to go back and reset. So nothing forward. So doing a great job, just getting the space, getting off the base, and Stansfield just has to push her way through, but unlucky couldn't get the turnover. So that was great job by Nico in the back there.
Good hustle. Pushing into their goal third now through Castle. Woods is outside the circle.
So Perkins drives up the middle to open to connect with Woods. Just couldn't get that ball in. Oh, and a big ball in from Courtney Castle to Woods under the post, and she's done well to hang on to that. And it'll be Fury's centre pass. So 6 the difference now as Fury start to find this rhythm.
Perkins stuck for second phase. Castle switching it up. Fiddler came out hunting.
Yeah, she had a look at it.
And Perkins, again having a hand in the play, takes the Fury to 21.
Obstruction call, Nichols gives Stansfield some space into that circle.
Lovely work by Little and Stansfield teaming up. Now Bidoff swings to the pocket. Oh, triangle. A nice one too.
Yeah, that was a good triangle.
Oh, off the edge.
Oh, it just bounced out the ring, so that was unlucky for Stansfield. So Sapphires to get this one back. Oh, great hands by Brophy. Gives Bidoff a chance of this. Will she shoot that? And that was a great drive by Brophy. Draw both the defenders and open up Stansfield at the back. So I think it was important the fact that Stansfield didn't go into that mess as well. She saw that space which was created for her, just waited on the back end.
Strong pass to Perkins.
Oh, and just a mid-red pass to between Castle and Lagaya.
You're close.
Lagaya.
Here's a ball for the Sapphires. Oh, and over the hands of Melville, straight into our commentary desk here.
Yeah, just a rush pass again. So just need to settle. Sapphires need to settle down and just nick away at this score because it's blown back out to still sitting at 6.
Fury feeding in, step back. Oh, off the post.
Oh, I think Perkins was starting to walk away from that. She thought that went in there. So that was good for her to recover and just get her rebound. She's got a lovely high shot.
Little to Brophy. Collecting now with Stansfield in the pocket.
And that was better movement from Bidoff to find space. And the quick 1-2 with Little under the post. And a great finish.
That was better confidence from the shooter too. She's been stuck behind a couple of times now and kept out of the play. So that was confident from her.
Yeah, to pop through.
Castle strong and hard to Woods. How's the contest for that one? Now Fiddler's caught outside.
That's good hands by Donahue. Oh, and good tap by Fiddler again. Just the contact called a little outside the circle. So it's a bit of hustle outside these circles right now.
Lagaya with a free pass here. Fakes, then goes to the top of the circle. Perkins coming through, split stance. Mid-range, loopy shot comes off the post. Woods hangs on to possession for Fury.
And that was a great pickup from Courtney Castle there to back her teammate up.
Where did she come from?
The centre third. Oh, another missed shot, so not great, but Woods was able to hang on to that. And great finish by Woods.
A 7-goal lead the Fury's way. It's blown out this quarter. Only 2 separated the teams at quarter time. Stansfield unhappy with her position.
Yeah, so she just looked to set up the triangle, but Brophy's angle on that circle just allowed for the defender to come through in the last minute. And again, a misread pass. So something the coaches will definitely have to address coming into half-time, I think.
Wetstein strong and hard to Castle. Oh, just edging with balance.
Oh, and the Fury attacking, putting themselves under so much pressure. I don't know how they're holding on to these balls. Yeah, so again, just rushing it for some reason. So the Fury attacking, just playing at a speedy pace. So they just need to control it more, and I think they're so skilled in their movement and their ball placement, they could actually slow this pace down. And you feel like Sapphires at points is trying to catch up and play that pace of Fury, whereas they can just play their own pace.
Stansfield on her own. Comes back to the edge. Up into the air. Oh, Wetstein had hands in there, but she'll be able to play.
And that's a shot for Biddulph, so I think it'd be good for her to put that shot up.
And look at these two competing for space, trying to set up a screen on each other.
And that was good that Biddulph just put the ball away. Put an end to that, and it'll be Sapphires centre pass again.
4 minutes till half time. The Fury, they lead by 7 goals.
And that's a more confident movement from Biddulph, and Courtney Castle, just a sneaky little contact there, or obstruction.
Bit of frustration playing into the game, but Fury end up with possession here.
Yeah, 3 seconds and it's gone back again. You can hear the girls shouting out pass when Biddulph gets that ball a bit further out.
Strong hold from Nicole, and Wetstein underneath. A team effort for turnover.
And again, Fury go down the court at top speed. And Fiddler again just getting caught out of play.
Oh, lovely work from Woods. A one-handed grab. There's a Fury hit 25. At this point, you can see why they're the strongest team in this competition, can't you, Sonia?
Yeah, definitely. They do move the ball with great speed and great movement. And I just think it's that maturity that will come as they move on and progress, is just that placement and just a bit more control in what they're doing. But I think their drives are good, their placements tends to be good at times, and defensively they're doing a great thing in the pressure they're putting on that front end of the Sapphires. And who doesn't like a team whose goal attack defends, eh?
Everyone.
So Biddulph again doesn't like what she sees. So she's just not willing to take those mid to long range shots at the moment. So she will swing it back out and play herself again.
Do you think it'll be better just to put the shot up and see what comes off it?
Well, she's actually got a nice shot, so I don't know why she's not putting it up. Probably all the hustle from the pressure from Wetstein and Nicole in the back there.
And again, Wetstein just straight on that rebound.
So here come the Fury.
Far too easy. Their attacking line all set.
Yeah, they're just getting caught on the back, at the behind Lauren and Lauren Woods. So you just got to get off her and get in front and find your own space. So she's just playing this back angle too much. And I think with Woods, you've got to come off and just get around her.
Up by 10. What can they do here? Using the edge.
And
Woods
there she is
again.
Yeah, just getting stuck behind her. So she needs to come off.
Stansfield looks around, comes back to Donahue.
Biddulph came into Stansfield's space. Probably came out too early. So don't like what they see. Just holding on to a little bit.
Every option then was closed down by the Fury, wasn't it? It was like corridors, doors shutting.
Yeah, it's just because of the hesitation in their front end, whereas, you know, what they did well in the first quarter was they let the ball go. They've just been very hesitant with that, so.
It's interesting you bring that up, Sonia, because speaking with Jen Welsh ahead of this game, she was talking about how they were supposed to use the speed of the ball and really focusing on turning and throwing basically in this match, and they haven't done that so far.
No, they haven't. They're just more hesitant and putting doubt, and the Fury defence is putting doubt in their minds. And at this point, before this score actually blows out, they just have confidence in each other and let the ball go.
30 seconds left before half-time. Lagaya coming back to the transverse line. Castle off the body of Donahue. And now Lagaya at the front, at the top of the circle.
And a great pass into Woods under the post.
She's hard to stop.
Yeah, she is, and she holds so well. She uses her body so well, and she's got a good shot. So, oh, that was a great pickup from Nicole. And Fiddler, there she is, front position. So that's what she used to do. Just in time, so hopefully she takes that into going into the second half.
Yeah, maybe a little lesson for the third quarter that they can take on.
Yeah, definitely. That score's starting to blow out a little bit.
So 13 goals different at the moment. Fury with a very comfortable lead heading into the halftime break. If you missed it earlier in the Opens game, we were talking about the two franchises that will join this league next year, the South Coast Blaze, backed by the Illawarra Kiama and Shoalhaven Netball Associations, and the other will be the Capital Spirit, owned and operated by Netball ACT. So we're really looking forward to seeing those two teams join the league and seeing what they can do, Sonia.
Yeah, definitely. And for some of these girls that do travel back and forth during the week to get to their franchises, I think the ACT girls, this will benefit them immensely, and also it'll bring more of the Canberra girls into this league and give them more exposure coming forward. So I think it's a great idea.
All right, we'll be back with you for the third quarter. A huge 13-goal buffer for the Fury heading into the third quarter of this match. If you're just joining us now, the Fury wrapped up the Māori Premiership last week, so they're safe in top spot. Oh, a bit of a late change here. Parrott just whipping off her top. She's in wing defence.
Yep, and they've brought on Ockenbow into that goal defence position, so a couple changes for them, and they're front and they've brought Dunn into goal attack, so a few changes for the Fury, which means flying high and very confident. Like she said before, she's got 12 players she can put on, and I think Kath Tetley's not afraid to do that.
I can't help but feel like that was meant to deceive the Sapphires, though, because she kept her bib on right until the last minute when she whipped it off.
I don't think it would have made any difference. They're already out there.
I just wonder why they did that. So Little's moved into wing attack, and we've seen Singleton on in centre. And a change in their shooting circle too. Brophy pushing into goal shooter.
Yeah, and then just push in Stansfield. Stansfield stays where she is. I thought Brophy could shoot. I thought they didn't have a shooter in her, so be interested to see if this works again. Another turnover. So new goal defence brought on for the Sapphires in Brady.
Yes, Brady.
So they've got 2 turnovers so far. So Singleton looking long. And that was better movement to the circle from the Sapphires, and a great finish by Brophy to warm herself back into this game.
A long time to wait for the first goal of this match. Oh, this third quarter, I should say, too. So Sapphires score first.
And that was an unlucky ball from Singleton. It just needed a bit more fire in it. And that was a great interception by Ockenbow.
Wet starter Ockenbaugh in front, heading through the middle passage here. Free pass inside the goal third. Lagaya with ball in hand. Dunn to Wood, split stance, left-hand side of the post, and she's good. So this Dunn-Woods combination was the one that went into the grand final. We mentioned last quarter that they didn't pull off that final win, but this too was the combination that really got them through most of the season last year.
Yes, it'd be good to see how Dunn progresses on the court. So she's just directing play there a little bit with Wood, so she's very comfortable with her front end. And a great ball from Courtney Castle into Lauren Woods under the post.
The hands of Parrott disrupting the Sapphires play.
And that was great defensive work for both her and Ockenbow on that centre pass line. So Parrott's giving Little no space, getting a bit frustrated. She's doing a tight one-on-one job on Little.
Singleton keeping it in play. She was lucky that Stansfield ran towards the ball. Inside the goal third, goal circle. Stansfield strong.
And I think, yes, Sapphire's just going to nick at this scoreline.
Castle looking straight into Woods, heading downtown.
Yeah, and Fiddler just floating off, and I don't know what she was looking at there. So we just got distracted by the movement in front of her from the other attackers.
Little keen on the centre pass. Stansfield, trying to come back to Toninu. It's a foot race. She keeps it in play.
She could have just stopped that.
I don't know why. I thought she was trying to stay in the mid-court, but there's no reason. She can head into that goal third.
Yeah, and great touch by Brady coming on.
Woods not put off. She takes the Fury to 34.
And that was a good take by Dunn, a good offload to Lagaya. And just a bad place ball from Lagaya there. Just didn't see the defender coming in. So Brady's doing a good job of just holding off the body and just pouncing when that ball's released.
She's a good option for them heading through the mid-court too.
Yeah, she takes strong drives out. And that was great by Stansfield on that baseline.
Faking to get rid of Ockenbaugh, and it did the job. So 14 behind now. They are nicking away at this score, Sonia.
Yeah, they are. So just a contact called on Ockenbow, just on the arm. So Stansfield's again all by herself. So Brophy in the roll-off and under the post. Very smart from her, and great feed by Stansfield. Just couldn't nail the shot.
Wetstein straight on the loose ball underneath the post. Fury moving up the middle channel here. Castle looking in, instead goes to the edge. Lagaya just waiting for the best option, and in the heat of the moment, Brody's hand just swatting it over the back line.
Yeah, and again, Brody just off the ball, just space marking more, and I think she's just putting doubt in the feeders. They actually can't read the space well. So she's doing a great job when she's coming into this game. So the scoreline back out to 15. Ooh.
Fury's call with a breaking
From Little. Probably not an advantage umpire, but oh, Woods pops open, just not seen by her mate and done.
in a good position for the rebound though. Finishes the job. Singleton looking in. She gets it to Brophy.
Oh,
Off the hands of Wetstein and back into Brophy's. Now Stansfield.
and that was good for Stansfield to finish that. An obstruction called Donahue and Lagaya. So that'll take her to the top of the circle. She looks at Woods, doesn't like what she sees. And Dawn just putting herself onto 1 foot, and that was a great pick up from Fiddler. So Sapphires wanting to capitalize on this, and the coach is encouraging them to get the ball down the court and let the ball go.
I think the Fury shooters are waiting for the umpire to interject themselves there, but there was nothing wrong with what Fiddler did.
Yeah, definitely, and I think they just need to get on with it.
Fair way out.
And that was a big shot from Brophy. Very confident.
A difference 14. A chance to take one off here. Oh, and that roll off again is working for Brophy, Sonia.
Yeah, it is, and Singleton just rushed and just misplaced that pass. She realised when she released it that it was a bit flat, but they still came up with it anyway and got the shot away.
So 13 now. Sapphires coming back. Oh, out of the hands of Fury, but back with Castle.
And that was a great ball in from Castle to Lauren under the post. But Fury are playing with such great speed. Just need to control it.
Their attacking line is predictable in that they always go to Woods at the back and she finds that space. But I think the speed, like you say, Sonia, is what's getting them each time, because the Sapphires don't have them time to set themselves up and stop it happening each time.
Exactly. That was good pressure from Stansfield. Just called out a play, so Fury have it back again.
Wetstein long to Parrott.
Or just a misunderstanding of space between Castle and Ockenbauer.
Two players in the one hole. Dunn, oh, loses the ball over the side. It's annoying when that happens. Fiddler to Singleton. Coming back is Donahue. Bouncing. Little.
That was like a throw bounce. That was like a get there bounce. And that was great moving by Little just to create space for herself. Was not afraid to come off and on the circle edge. And a great finish from Brophy.
So Brophy's been injected into that goal circle at the right time for Manly. They're back within 13. Oh, tip from Fiddler.
Again, so just off mark from their defence and is working for them. So just get off the body and just confuse the space of the feeders.
Jin Welsh, the coach, just putting a foot up. You'll play netball here. Grab it with your hands.
And that was a great movement and take from Stansfield. And here come the Sapphires, just nipping away at this scoreline.
Some passionate fans there. Ockenbaugh coming off. There's going to be a change. So who have we got coming on here? This must be Hannah Farquhar. Singleton, long, in the pocket. Little switches it up to the centre. And running around the back, I think you'll find that Brophy was a bit of a decoy there, allowing Stansfield to get front space.
Yeah, she was. She did a lot of work there to create space for her partner.
Lagaya hard to Dunn. They go laterally to Castle. Coming back to the goal attack. Now Ligaya runs, picks up the ball.
So Sapphire's defense has done a great job just keeping these girls off the circle edge, and they're just having to work very hard to get this ball in, whereas before they were coming with much more fluidity. All good take from Lauren, and a good finish under the post.
The difference just 12.
That was a good take again, Stansford at the top.
Rocking back, rocking through the net.
And that was a good finish.
They're just waiting for Dunn to come forward because Woods is getting caught behind now. Fiddler and Brady are doing a really good job limiting what she's able to do.
Yeah, and that was better defensive pressure from the Sapphires back end. Just not unable to get the ball out, just all running away from Donahue. So Fury have another chance at it.
Brady caught in the mid-court.
And that was a bit of a desperate pass from Lagai. She didn't need to rush that, and she just got, and that's what we said about they're getting too far to get ahead of themselves. So she just needs to take a breath and just be patient in there.
Fiddler on the back line, using Brady to find some space herself.
And that's a better outlet.
In the mid-court to Singleton. Little driving hard towards the ball. Back with the centre. Brophy. Front cut. Comes off Stansfield's hand. She recollects. And won by Farquhar.
That was a great pick up from Farquhar and Castle, and good pressure from them. So Sapphires again back on the defense. And Brady just caught out of play in the circle now, so Fiddler's got to do a bit more work. Well done, Shirley went onto 1 foot. Step across there.
So Jin Welsh asking Gemma Donahue to call time there so that Emily Wise can come on. She's switching into wing defence. And Biddulph switching with Stansfield.
It's a bit off back on in the goal attack position, so a bit of misunderstanding who was coming off.
The option was there.
And that was a great ball from Singleton to Brophy under the post.
Lovely vision into the shooter, wasting no time.
So that was 2 changes from the Sapphires, so they're obviously trying to nip back where they score. They're within 10, so they just changed up what they did in their attack end, so Biddulph's come on into goal attack. And they've also brought on Emma Wise in the wing defence position. So just kind of put more pressure on Lagai.
We know from watching Biddulph before that she's happy to move around and try and open up space, so she might be better suited to that goal attack position in this game.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen her previously, so hopefully she's able to do the job and put her shots up, which she hasn't been doing before she came off. So that was a good offload to Brophy under the post.
$11 goals separate these two sides. 2:20 before the final break. Castle looking in, gives it straight to Fiddler. Over the back line.
Yeah, just got caught off course, so she's got to go again. She's a bit disappointed there.
Lovely shot by Dunn. Heads around the net and heads in.
Great take from Little off that centre pass. And offload to Biddulph.
Brophy was all alone again, but they were too hesitant to take that option. She's a confident player, this shooter. Missed shot. Wetstein again lurking at the back. Lagaya coming cross court. Sets herself up with Parrott. Now Dunn goes to Castle and looking in Woods. Ball comes off the post and into the hands of Fiddler.
Yes, the Sapphires come again. Just a misplaced pass from the attack end of the Fury. And I just think the speed in which they're playing, like you can see the Sapphires attacking up their speed as well, which they're playing the ball. And another missed shot from Brophy. which again was a rush shot when you watch it. So she just needs to take her time, use her seconds. That's what's been working for her, and just not get caught up in the speed of this whole game.
Especially when you're down by this many goals, Sonia, you need accuracy, don't you? Every chance you get at the goal.
Yeah, and Sapphires get another chop at it, so they just need to not play at Fury's speed, which is what they're trying to do currently. And they're just going on one lead, so they've just got one lead to the ball, and they need to start changing direction and switching up a lot in their attack end.
Oh, lost. Farquhar.
So Bidoff just not able to hold on to the ball. And Fiddler again. So I think this is like the fourth opportunity Sapphires might have to take this ball to go.
But Fiddler's doing really well at the back here, reading the play into Woods. So it was happening the first half of this game. We spoke about it at half-time, how it just keep happening, the same scenario. And now she's starting to read that play a little bit better.
Yeah, she's just giving herself some space and getting off the body. But again, we've just got one lead onto the ball. And the Fiddler's under all sorts of pressure here. And again, a rush shot by Brophy, but just missed it.
Goal doesn't count. So Fury leading Manly 41-29. Are we expecting more changes for either side, Sonia?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the change they put on bringing Bidoff back onto that goal attack position. Stansfield's actually been doing a great job for them and setting up a lot of play. So I'll see whether they change that back and bring her back on. And also, we do know that they've got Ellie Gibbons on the bench, and we've seen her and Stansfield played really well together previously. So again, we'll see what they do moving into that last quarter.
Okay, well, 11 goals separates this team heading into the final quarter of round 14. And you'll have to tune in to find out what happens. We'll be back with you shortly. So it's 12 goals that separates these two teams.
And the Sapphires actually won that quarter 12-11. So we thought that they'd come back more competitive into that third quarter. So let's see how they go into the fourth, and already starting with a tip from Singleton.
Flood, who's moved into that centre position, goes to Wood. Now Castle at the top. Just waiting for the umpire to intervene then. You probably shouldn't rely on that.
Yeah, because it might not happen. So only one change amongst them, just putting Castle back to that wing attack position. The position she won't be unfamiliar with. Oh, and that's a good touch by Parrott, and way to pull out of that. So she just forced Little out of court.
Wetstein goes to Parrott in the midcourt. Driving forward is Castle. She gives the ball back, now Dunn. Looking to feed, not happy with it. Instead heads to the pocket where Flood is.
Oh, Flood didn't like what she sees. She probably should have released that quicker into Woods under the post. Just a bit hesitant there. And that was good patience on that shot from Dunn. So just a little rock forward there.
Flood heading to the defender and Parrott for the centre pass. And coming through with a front cut is Dunn.
And it's interesting because I think Courtney was actually going to pass that to Lauren under the post, and then Dunn came in at the last minute on top. So
she thought, oh, yep, you're there.
Give it to you instead.
Little on her own for the centre pass. Bit off to Singleton. 1-2 with Brophy. Ball up in the air. Won by the shooter.
And Brophy did well to hold on to that. The defence were trying to get to this ball. So Flood not liking what she sees on the centre pass. So Flood's a little bit more hesitant with that ball.
And again, going back to what works for them is Woods having that strong hold at the front.
Yeah, so these girls will just go back. You know, they won the third quarter for a reason. They just changed up what they were doing slightly. So going to go back into old habits, and that was a better presentation from Brophy, and Bidoff should know one to pass it to. Bidoff just kind of went in there and rolled and turned her back on the ball, and Brophy had no one to pass it to, so she was good to get that away.
Woods this time from the back.
And that was well held by Woods under the post, very strong.
So back to 15 goals difference. I'm not sure this Bidoff and Brophy combination was as strong as the one they had on before.
No, they're just struggling slightly to find that space. Bidoff's just getting caught on the back of them all. But they'll get another go at it with a throw in off the back line. So to the top. And again, just Bidoff just dropping back when she probably needed to take Farquhar back and then just pop forward and present again.
Singleton can't find the right spot.
Well, thank God, because in that circle, everyone's just moving around trying to hustle for space anyway. So Singleton probably did that on purpose, and a missed shot from Bidoff again. So probably not the best changes, and Brophy gets that ball through again and finishes it off for the team. So 14 the difference, 32-46.
Done. Again, that front cut.
Doesn't
Should
like
they be
it.
worried about cutting off Emily Dunn? Because at the moment, as soon as she goes out to find space, they end up back on Woods and just only stick to the one shooter.
And then I think they need to come off, and then as Dunn starts to take her driving, they can just come off the body and just go and attack that ball that she's going for in that front cut. Oh, just misplaced ball from Brophy to the top, but Emily Wise comes in. Unlucky she couldn't handle that.
Collective sigh from the Sapphires bench here when the call went the Furies' way. And Woods with a hand to it first. Gets the umpire's penalty.
So 10 to go and 16 the difference. And that was a...
Fiddler, hands in the play, disrupts what the Fury were trying to do.
Yeah, that was a bit ambitious from Castle, I think. She probably could have waited one more extra pass, but as the score pulls out and you're going into finals, these girls are just trying new things and getting more confidence, so fair play to them.
Looking up on the other courts, the only other game that is close is the Heart and Sparks. So the Sparks in second place lost to the Fury last week, but they're down by a goal now to the Heart, who sit in fifth. So that's interesting, losing a little bit of momentum before they hit the finals.
Which they don't want to be doing, especially with a team like the Fury who's picking up momentum right now, as we see.
Meanwhile, the Stingrays are down by 10 against the Panthers, 44-34. So that's quite disappointing considering they haven't won a game this season yet.
Yeah, so I think they will be definitely disappointed at the end of this, you know, not coming away with any wins. But then it's a lot to work for going through to next year. So lots of lessons to be learned from losing sometimes. And Brophy just asking for that away ball against someone like Wetstein, who's up in the ball and up in all the elevation, the high stuff. So these girls need to come forward and start presenting for the front ball, not asking for this ball over the top. And well run down and chased by Parrott.
Bidoff looking in over the head of Brody. Can't keep it in play.
Yeah, just a mid-red pass. That's what we said earlier. They've got one lead, so they just need to open up that court, have two girls come onto the ball, and just put each other under a little less pressure. And that was well in by Brady. Just couldn't control it again. Just got... Oh, Fiddler.
Oh, wow. How's the connections from the Fury?
Yeah, Fiddler just came out a little too late, and Castle was good to just offload, to read that game, read the play, and get that ball off to Lauren Woods.
7.5 to play. Fury leading Manly 49-33. And Dana fairway out. Steps back, misses the shot. Fiddler has really injected herself into the game this second half. Jumps on the ball and gains possession for the Sapphires.
Oh.
Foot race now. Parrott, right place, right time, collects it. And now the Fury heading towards their post again. Castle looking in. Fiddler did have front position there.
Yeah, just couldn't get a second hand on it. So that was a great take from Woods to pull that ball in.
The Fury hit 50 goals.
So just some misplaced balls from the Sapphires front end. Again into hands, and then again over the top into hands again. So
the other thing that Jen Welsh spoke before this game about the Sapphires is not only were they focusing on, as we see another change here, Lagaya swapping with Castle in wing attack, is not only were they supposed to focus on ball speed, turning and throwing it with no hesitation, but also the error rate. So they had a high error rate in their game against the Stingrays last week, and so they're really trying to make sure that that didn't creep up again this game. But you have to say, there's still 6 minutes to play, but I mean, heading into finals, it's not a bad time to lose a game if you've already got third spot locked up.
yeah, exactly. So they've got an opportunity to try new things. Moving forward, change up, put some players on who are on the bench and see what they can do out there. So, you know, for the coaches at this point, if you're able to test your players and test your team and see what they can do, now will be the time.
Nice work from Brophy there, just presenting with the front space. Misses the shot though, and Farquhar straight on the ball. Yeah,
again, Bidoff not confident under the post, so they're back on the defence.
Flood turning and throwing the ball, and the Fury already up.
Yeah, and just a misplaced ball from the Fury, considering that the Sapphires defence were all on the back foot then, and they brought the ball down the court so beautifully. So just couldn't control the last ball.
Fiddler leaping into the air. Now a strong pass into Little.
And that's a great drive by Little to take the defenders back with her and open up space for someone else.
Biddulph bouncing to Brophy. Now on the edge. Little going to the top. And Singleton with a free pass just goes straight into Biddulph, who misses again. Her accuracy is a bit lacking tonight.
Well, she's just not confident on that shot right now, so she's looking for the offload or just hesitant in her shot. So she needs to get her confidence back.
Brophy, meanwhile, nailing the shot. More changes to come here. And for the first time tonight, we see Ellie Gibbons, our UK talent.
Yeah, so she's coming in that wing attack position where we've previously seen her in that shooting spot. So we'll just see how she goes as wing attack. Coming in the last 4 minutes with plenty of energy, which is good.
That's the hard thing about being an impact player sometimes, is you feel the pressure to change the momentum and inject yourself into the game, but sometimes things are too far gone.
Yeah, exactly. And that's better space from the Sapphires attack end.
Gibbons, a little fake, and now into Biddulph.
But Biddulph's not comfortable to shoot those balls, so it's, you know, she needs just to put them up.
Brophy in front.
So Brophy's doing a lot of work for this attack end right now. And that was well in from Jess Lagaya.
Done. Swinging across the circle, Lagaya. 360 turn and into the hands of Woods. Juggling the ball.
Yeah, and that was well held by Woods. She always goes for the ball with this one right hand. So it's actually well that she's able to hold it and hook it back in every time.
Would you like to see her grab the ball with two hands then, Sonia?
Well, I don't know. If I was a defender, I'd sit on that right hand and then she'd have no hands.
It's a good point, though, because we mentioned that the Fury have gone to the same sort of attacking line each time.
Yeah, and right now it's working for them. It's put them in a great position going into finals. So, you know, it's for the other teams to disrupt their play and get one up on them. That was good by Flood at the top of the circle. Good use of the fake for Fiddler, drawing her off Lauren, and then the ball over the top to the shooter.
2.5 to play. The Fury lead Manly 54-36. That game up on the other court. The Heart now behind the Sparks by 1 goal, 49-48. Be pretty disappointed if they've led the whole time and then lose by a goal. Also right at the back end.
Yeah, it would be.
Meanwhile, Stingrays creeping up on the Panthers. 47-41. As Woods on the left-hand side of the post here on the show court takes the Fury to 55. High-scoring game.
So Gibbons actually free on the centre pass, and Singleton just got caught just focusing on one side. She just missed her.
Biddulph
No one to
tries
pass
to fake
to.
and get rid of Farquhar, but it does end up with the Fury. Their whole defensive line working together there. Flood waiting for Lagai to come through. Always smiling when she plays. Isn't that nice? And into the air. Again, we
that was
see
her left
Woods.
hand, though. Left hand. But she draws the contact off Fiddler. And a good finish from Woods.
So Fury holding on to win their final game of the regular season in 2019. It'll put them in really good stead heading into the semis next week.
And a great take from Wood and a great feed into from Flood. Little step back there, but gets another shot at it.
.50 seconds to play. What can the Sapphires do here? Gibbons heading back, steadies herself, finds Brophy inside. May as well just put the shot up. She does.
And
misses.
she gets her own rebound under the post. That was great work from Brophy. Offload to Biddulph, who finishes under the post.
How brilliant was that? The persistence was there. Lagai to Dunn. Oh, and out comes
Fiddler read that well.
Farquhar too easy with the intercept.
Yeah, just a misplaced pass between the two attackers. So
2 seconds to put the shot up.
And Lauren Wood will not disappoint.
The Fury 58-37 take a very comfortable win into the semi-finals. Meanwhile, the Sapphires, a lot to learn before they play semis next week.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like you said, it's an opportunity for them to actually learn and grow. As I said before, you do learn a lot from your losses as well as your wins. So Sapphires know they've made it through in the top 4, so they've got a lot of work to do coming forward into the semis, and hopefully they learn from this and just make improvements going forward.
Now, who impressed you in this under-23s match, Son?
Oh, I think it's undeniable that Lauren Wood did a great job for her team today. She stood strong. She stayed on the court for the hour. She was smart in her placement. She's confident out there, and I think Furia, like having her at the back there, is very beneficial to their team.
Okay, well, we'll wrap up round 14 in front of the camera, and we'll grab a Fury player. We'll be with you shortly. The Fury head into the semis with a huge 21-goal win here against the Sapphires tonight. Lauren Woods is our player of the match on Bar TV. Lauren, you put a lot of shots up tonight.
Yeah, well,
Were you comfortable out there? Was it good playing with the girls in the last round?
Yeah, we worked really hard to get the ball down, worked really hard in defence, and worked really well.
Yeah, and you were very controlled at the back, and that ball came down with a lot of speed from your midcourt, that speed through Lagai and Castle. Yeah. And I think you were definitely the control and holding at the back there. So you did a great job. How did it feel?
Thank you. It felt really calm, really collected. Everyone was just really smooth in the way they played, and it just really settled. Yeah.
So you guys are going through the finals?
Yes.
Yes, so a lot of prep. Yes, I know. Good job. And well deserved, and you got to see that displayed today. So well done.
Thank you.
So Kath Tetley spoke about how she has 12 players that basically can come in and out, and that you all have the same expectation.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what's helped you guys get through this far?
Yeah, even at training, all our games, we're all just in it, all in to win it.
All right, and obviously tonight was a really good test for you guys because you couldn't be taken from the top of the ladder, and Sapphires were locked in third spot. So just a chance for you just to test out some options and just see how you were placed heading into the semis against them.
Yeah, everyone had a run, and we're just, lots of combinations, lots of testing.
Big win, but a very casual Lauren Woods. Well done, Lauren.
Well done.
Thank you for joining us for... That's the motto, isn't it? That's Kath Tetley's motto, right? So on to the next game, on to the semis. So we will be back here on the show court for the semis next week with Bar TV. We'll have the under-23s up first at 7 p.m. and the Opens at 8:40. We look forward to having you company then.
Thank you.